Hello everyone, I am Srinivas. Welcome to my channel. Guys, now we are in the last class of the chapter heat, and in this class 15 we are going to discuss about freezing. Guys, please subscribe to my channel, do like the video and also share the video. For new notifications, click on the bell icon. So let us understand what is freezing. The process in which a substance in liquid phase changes to solid phase is called freezing. So we are having the liquid phase, and if the liquid phase is converted to solid phase, we can call it as freezing. So here you can see we have water, which is the liquid phase, and it is converted to ice, which is the solid phase. So here a liquid is converted to solid, so you can say that water is freezed to form ice. The water kept in refrigerator converts to solid ice after some time. And also we can see coconut oil, ghee, these will convert to solid state during the winter seasons. Basically these are liquids, but during winters we can observe that in the early morning of winter days they will be converts to solid. So here in all these examples, liquid phase is converted to solid phase, and this is what we call as freezing. So to understand freezing, let us do a little activity and do some observations. For that, take some water in a bottle from room temperature and place this bottle in a refrigerator. The initial temperature of water is more compared to the temperature of ice. During this process, that is the conversion from liquid to solid, what happens is the internal energy of water decreases, and because of the decrease in internal energy, it converts to solid ice. So what we are doing, we are just taking some water in a bottle and we are keeping it in refrigerator. After some time the water converts to ice. When we kept it in refrigerator, what happens is that the internal energy decreases, and as the energy is decreasing, what happens? It converts to ice. So that is liquid converts to solid, which is nothing but freezing. And the process of freezing of water takes place at 0 degrees Celsius when the pressure is 1 atmospheric pressure. Okay. The freezing point of water is nothing but 0 degrees Celsius. Also the melting point of ice is also 0 degrees. So water freezes to ice at which temperature? 0 degrees Celsius or 273 kelvins. Now let us verify, are the volumes of water and ice formed with same water is equal? Means, for example, if you are taking 1 liter of water and it will be converts to ice, okay? Then the volume of these two will be same or not? That is what we are going to verify. Volume is the space occupied, okay? So for this, what I am doing, I am taking the water in a glass bottle, okay? Now I am taking the water in a glass bottle with a very tight lid, okay? Fill it with water completely without any gaps and fix the lid tightly in such a way that water does not come out of it. So we are taking a glass bottle, we are filling it completely with water and we are tightening the lid. And what we are doing, we are placing this glass bottle in the refrigerator, okay? Put the glass bottle in refrigerator for few hours. Then what happens? The internal energy of water will decreases and water will be converts to ice. That is, freezing of water will takes place. Take it out from the refrigerator and you will observe that the glass bottle breaks. So what is he saying? We are taking the water in glass bottle and keeping it in refrigerator. After freezing, we can observe that the glass bottle breaks, okay? Inside the glass bottle there is ice, but after freezing the glass bottle breaks. Now, what is the reason for the breaking of this glass bottle? Why did it break? So let us understand. Actually, we are taking 1 liter of water and ice is also formed with the same amount of water, okay? We know that volume of water poured into the glass bottle is equal to volume of the bottle. So how much is the volume of the bottle, that much volume it can absorb. I mean, it can take that much amount of water only, right? So whichever is the volume of glass bottle, that much amount of volume of water we filled in it, right? But when water converts to ice, what happens is that the water expands. When the water freezes to ice, the bottle is broken. Why is it broken? Because when water is converted to ice, the volume of the water will raise. Okay? When water, for example, the volume of water is 1 kilogram per meter cube, then it will be raised. I mean, the glass bottle is broken because it is not able to accommodate the ice formed because of freezing of water. Are you getting? So once the water turns to, the glass bottle is capable to accommodate the water, but when it is converted to ice, it cannot accommodate because the volume of the water is raised when it is converted to ice. So that much volume cannot be accommodated by the glass bottle, and because of its brittle nature, the glass bottle broken. Okay, this means that volume of ice is greater than volume of water. Okay, volume of ice is greater than volume of water for the same amount of water. It means that water expands on freezing. So what happens? Water expands on freezing. That is, the volume increases. So the density of ice is less than density of water. So what is density? Density means mass by volume. Density is mass by volume. So for ice and water, mass is same. But what about volume? The volume of ice is more. When the volume of ice is more, its corresponding density is decreases, right? So as the volume of ice is increased, its density will be decreased. So density of ice is less than that of water, and this is why ice floats on water. So if you are getting a question like why the ice floats on water, because the density of ice is less than the density of water, the ice floats on water. I hope you understand. Now let us solve a problem. How much energy is released or absorbed when 1 gram of steam at 100 degrees Celsius turns to ice at 0 degrees Celsius? So what is he asking? There is 1 gram of steam at 100 degrees Celsius. Steam means water vapor. Steam means water vapor. So it is in the gaseous state. Turns to ice at 0 degrees. So it needs to be converted to solid state. So in this process, what is the amount of heat released or absorbed? That we need to find out. So here I want to give you a graphical explanation. So please look at this graph. So we are having 1 gram of steam. So imagine we are at here. So steam is there at 100 degrees Celsius as per the given data. So the steam is at 100 degrees Celsius. So here we are. And what is the final? It converts to ice at 0 degrees Celsius. So this is the point where we are having. So we need to come here. We are here and we need to come here. So what are the various processes involved? So first of all, the steam needs to convert to water. So which is nothing but condensation. The steam needs to condense so that it converts to liquid. And then this water needs to give up some heat energy so that its temperature falls to 0 degree, which is the freezing point of ice. So once the water reaches its freezing point, it needs to freeze. So this needs to be freezed. So after freezing, it converts to ice. So I am dividing this into 3 different processes. So here this is the condensation process. Here it needs to lose the temperature, and here there is freezing. So here this condensation, the heat required for this condensation, I am calling it as Q1, and while the temperature is decreasing, the heat lost is Q2, and while freezing, the heat lost is Q3. Here in this process, Is it the heat released or absorbed? The heat is released. Okay, the heat is released by the 1 gram of steam. So the total heat energy released Q equals to the summation of these three, that is Q1, Q2 and Q3. So what is Q1? So Q1, if you see Q1, so let us calculate what is Q1. Here we have steam and the steam needs to convert to water. So remember one thing, when the phase is changing, so that is water may be converts to steam or steam may be converts to water. When the phase is changing, we require latent heat of vaporization. We already discussed the topic latent heat of vaporization in the topic boiling. So here the steam needs to release the latent heat of vaporization so that it converts to water. So here what is the Q1? Q1 is the latent heat rejected by this much amount of mass. So we know the latent heat of vaporization is 540 calorie. And how much is the mass? The mass is 1 gram. So 540 calories. So Q1 is nothing but 540 calorie. So once the 1 gram of steam rejects 540 calories of heat, it will be converted to water at 100 degrees Celsius. Now we are having 100 degrees Celsius water once the 540 calories of heat is rejected. Now from this point, we need to come to this point. So what is the heat rejected? So here you need to use the formula heat rejected Q equals to ms delta T, because there is change in temperature. Remember here why we apply latent heat, how we know that it is latent heat. Here the temperature is constant. Whenever the temperature is constant, the only thing you need to remember is you need to apply latent heat. Whenever there is temperature change, whenever there is delta T, you need to apply ms delta T. So here 100 degrees Celsius steam, 100 degrees Celsius water. So constant temperature, there you need to apply latent heat. But here 100 degrees Celsius, here it is 0 degrees. So there is a change in temperature delta T. So we need to apply ms delta T, which corresponds to specific heat of that material. M is the mass, that is 1 gram. S is the specific heat. Here we are taking water. So from here to here, which material is there? I mean, in which phase it is? It is water. So specific heat of water is 1 calorie per gram degree C. So I am taking 1 into how much is the change in temperature? The water is at 100 degrees and it converts to 0 degrees Celsius water. So 100 minus 0, which you are getting 100. So the change in temperature is 100. So 1 into 100, you are getting 100 calories. So the water at 100 degrees Celsius, by rejecting a heat of 100 calories, it will be reaches to 0 degree Celsius. Now here we are having water in 0 degree Celsius, which is nothing but its freezing point. Now the task is it's to be converted to ice. So here also you can see water is at 0 degrees, ice is also at 0 degree. So at constant temperature, we need to apply latent heat of fusion for freezing. Whether ice converts to water at 0 degree or water converts to ice at 0 degree, the amount of heat released or absorbed is nothing but latent heat of fusion. Remember this point. So here we are applying latent heat of vaporization. Here we are applying latent heat of fusion. So how much is the mass? 1 gram. So we know that latent heat of fusion for 1 gram of ice is 80 calorie. So how much is the heat required? Latent heat for 1 gram into the amount of mass. Here we are taking 1 gram of mass, so you can't see a big difference in this. So 80 into 1, you are getting 80 calorie. So it means that water at 0 degree Celsius, upon rejecting a heat of 80 calorie, it will be converted to ice at 0 degrees. So what is the total amount of heat rejected, which is the summation of Q1, Q2, Q3, 540 plus 100 plus 80, which is nothing but 720 calories. So it means that the water vapor at 100 degrees Celsius needs to be released or reject a heat of 720 calorie so that it becomes ice at 0 degrees Celsius. I hope you understand the problem. Guys, this is very easy problem. If you are having any doubt, please let me know in the comment section. I'll do the needful. So with this, I am happy to announce that the heat chapter is completed. I'll meet you with the new chapter. Guys, please subscribe to my channel. Do like the video and also share the video. For new notifications, click on the bell icon. Thanks for watching.